सिया राम में सब जग जानी, करहूँ प्रणाम जोर जुग भानी। सिया राम में सब जग जानी, करहूँ प्रणाम जोर जुग भानी। सीताराम 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 सीताराम, सीताराम 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 सीताराम। सिया राम में सब जग जानी, करहूँ प्रणाम जोर जुग भानी। सिया राम में सब जग जानी, करहूँ प्रणाम जोर जुग भानी। सीताराम 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 सीताराम, सीताराम 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 सीताराम। Those words were composed by one of the greatest mystical poets the world has ever known, whose name was Tulsidas. Tulsidas lived in 16th century India into the 17th century and was a great exponent of devotion to Ram, devotion to God in the form of Ram. Tulsidas says in these words, he says, I see Sita, the infinite goddess, and I see Rama, the infinite God, in every molecule of creation, in every pair of eyes that I encounter. And so I bow to Sitaram, I bow to Sitaram, I bow to Sitaram, to one and all. If you were walking by the banks of the Ganges in Varanasi sometime, say in 1582, you're bound to see this rather small-statured man doing his japa, eyes closed or staring at the horizon, saying Rama, 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 Rama. And Tulsidas, he was born with this incredible longing to meet his Lord face to face. That's no abstract relationship. He wanted to see Rama. So he engaged in every known yoga tradition of the time. He spent years doing pranayama. He spent years doing asana. He spent decades even reciting mantras and standing on one foot and fasting and holding his breath for as long as possible. And he found at the end of all these practices that it was just him again and just the world again, and there was no direct face-to-face meeting with Rama. He was very frustrated. He saw that every practice he did out of his will just brought him more of his will. And he decided to do something different. So Tulsi decided to make a petition to Rama. A petition, you know, like we see people outside of Whole Foods or the Good Earth with petitions to save whales, well, it used to be to legalize marijuana, but not that anymore. So many things, to shut down power plants, this, that, and the other, to impeach Donald Trump. And we get, local people to sign it. Well, Tulsidas didn't really have that option because he thought, well, if I write this petition and I go to a chai shop in downtown Varanasi, maybe I'm going to get 3 or 4 signatures, and most of the people won't even know how to write their name. So he came up with a really, really good plan. The petition says that Lord Rama will bestow his grace upon his son Tulsidas in this Kali Yuga. And he decided to get the signatures of every god and every goddess in the Hindu pantheon. So, of course, he started by going into the jungle and found Hanuman, the divine monkey, the supreme devotee of Lord Rama. And Hanuman read the petition, and he liked what he saw. And he took his paw, and he made a paw print right onto the page. And then Tulsidas thanked him, and they went further. He found Agni out in the vast plains of North India. Agni was burning, 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 burning. And Tulsidas came up to him and said, Lord, Lord of fire, please sign my petition. Agni read it, and he scorched his name in flame. And then Tulsidas went to Kalighat in Calcutta, and he approached Kali Ma, the wrathful goddess, the dark mother. And he said, Mother, would you read this petition and perhaps sign it for me? And Kali read through the petition, and she said, this sounds right. And she signed her name in blood. And on Tulsi went from one god to one god to one goddess to one goddess. And everybody agreed, everybody approved that this was a great thing to sign. After all this was done, Tulsi traveled to Ayodhya, the kingdom of Rama, the kingdom of Sita, the kingdom of light. So Tulsidas was at the edge of a vast courtyard. There in the distance, sitting on a throne, shining with effulgent blue light, he saw his Lord Rama. Next to him, on a throne equally as brilliant, was goddess Sita, like a moon glowing in the deepest sky. Next to Rama was his brother Lakshman, fanning him because it was a hot day. And by his feet sat Hanuman, massaging his lotus feet. Tulsidas was quite shy to approach Rama. He stepped forward. He couldn't even look at Rama because the light was too bright and he felt too small. But he still very shyly walked across the courtyard and stepped up to his Lord. And Hanuman looked up and saw Tulsidas, and Hanuman interceded and said, what is it? And Tulsi said, would you give this to Rama? And Hanuman did. He passed the petition on to Lord Rama, and Rama read it, and he read it through, and he read it again, and he looked at Tulsidas quizzically, and he read it again. And Tulsidas was still averting his eyes. And then Rama says, come closer, come closer. And Tulsidas bowed before his Lord, and Rama put his hands on Tulsidas's head and said, since you have realized with your entire being that every breath that you make, every step in life that you take is dependent on me, yes, my grace is upon you. I will never, never leave you. And Tulsidas, from that day on, was never away from the presence of his divine Lord Rama. Tulsidas went back to Varanasi, a changed man, and he sat on the ghats of the river Ganga and began to write his poetry. And then he thought, I must write the story of Rama, but how could I write the story of Rama that was written by Valmiki so many centuries ago? And Hanuman appeared to him and began reciting the tale of Rama. And Tulsidas wrote it down in Hindi. It had never been written in Hindi. So the common people had lost the ability to read the Ramayana. But Tulsidas wrote it, and he called it the Sri Ramachartamanas, the lake of Rama's exploits. And he became world renowned from that. Well, the petition that I'm talking about was one of his other works, and he writes about it in this book. And he talks about his visit to each one of the goddesses, each one of the gods on his journey to Ram. A discussion of bhakti cannot be complete without remembrance and honoring the great, great, great saint, Tulsidas. Namaste, Jai Shri Ram.